Welcome to the channel, everyone. This is part 2 of the studio build. As you can see behind me, the wall is actually done. In the first video, we covered the soundproof window cover. It was very easy and it's actually small. And I went over a couple of the mistakes that I created when I created the soundproof window cover. The wall behind me is the same. It used the same materials as the window cover. But it's in a bigger scale, almost 6 to 7 times bigger. I will also go over the cost of the build and also the drawback of actually building a wall like that behind me. For me, it worked quite well, just in case someone else out there that have the same problem. Because I rent and the place I live in is 3 stories high, it's really big, and if I ended up moving out, well, I should say, the landlord actually allowed me to paint the walls to my choosing, to whatever color I prefer. But if I ended up moving out and I cannot match the colors to the rest of the room, which is part of the rule requirement, I'm gonna have to paint the whole entire place to make sure everything within that same color. As you guys know, over the years, paint actually deteriorates in colors, and whenever you actually add another fresh layer, it usually is not gonna match the next the wall next to it. So usually you have to paint the whole place. And I don't want to go over that if I ended up moving out. So I ended up instead going this method. But this method is an actual wall. So there's a wood framing, sand deadening behind it, and a sheetrock. As you can see behind me, you can hear it, it's a sheetrock. And I'm going to turn the camera over to the right so you guys see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's do this here. As you guys can see, it's an actual wall, and this is a wall over a wall. Anyways, without further ado, let's get this project started. I don't know why I'm doing this, but let's go. hope you guys like this build, as it did for me as well. Although it took me close to 2 weeks. Now, some of the things I need to actually mention. If I can do this all over again, I will actually choose a different type of drywall, as this drywall is very heavy. It's a 5/8 and I couldn't actually get up the stairs. And I also had to cut it in half to make sure it fit the rooms and I can be able to actually lift it. If I went with a thinner material, it would have been the same. Although it doesn't really do much. It's supposed to actually block the sun coming in from somewhere else. So for the window it works quite well. But when you have a wall like this on top of another wall, it kind of unnecessary. So something to think about too as well. Anyways, the possibility I end this when you have a wall like that, since I cannot actually tamper with the, well actually I could, but I did not want to actually tamper with the original wall, since if I ended up moving I might have a problem I might have a problem color matching it, or won't be able to actually get the same quality as it was originally. So having this kind of wall is good. And now I can add shelves, I can add design, I can add projector things, I can bring it down, even something similar to a projector that can drop down fabric. If some people out there might actually want to do a green screen, or you want to have a different type of colors every single time. Usually people just use a light, but in my case this also works quite well. Now keep in mind, this kind of project is an overkill, so proceed with caution. Unless you really need to, just like how I did, to add 2 things at once is perfect. Because usually soundproofing also could be done with just having a bed. You can also have a walk-in closet full of clothes. You can also absorb some of those variables. In my case, this room is empty. There's nothing in it. I'm supposed to add some more foam on one side, soundproof on another side, Whirlpool on one thing, some more underneath the table. But in today's technology, when it comes to mic standard, as I have one hanging up here, can take majority of the Whirlpools already, or can actually eliminate it. Even the softwares, you can actually take some of those problems away. But in my case, I really needed something painted. So this type, perfect. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the bell. And if you have any comment, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below. Constant stuttering. Enjoy you guys' day. Later.